Good morning. My name is Engineer Piyush Pandey. Welcome to today's session of Motivational Skills. And the topic for today's discussion is interview assessment. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever we appear for an interview, there is a criteria according to which the HRs they select us. They select us according to certain criterias. Now, one thing is sure that the profile for which you are getting hired, if you are having good knowledge of that particular topic, definitely you will be selected. Now that is our perception as the candidates. We think that if we perform well, definitely we will be selected, and this is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. If you perform well, you will be selected. But technically, HRs, they judge you on different patterns. They judge you according to different criteria that they have. And if you fulfill their needs and requirements according to their pre-established criteria, only then you get selected. If they think that according to their specific criteria, the specific criteria of their organization, if you are a good candidate according to that, only then you get selected, otherwise you get rejected. Now, I will not talk about different specific profiles for which they hire, because I don't know much about different profiles. I also belong to a typical profession and I don't know anything else except that profession. That's why I'm not here going to explain you that how they get hired into different profiles, technical and non-technical. Here I'm going to tell you the basic details, that what an HR expects from a particular candidate, what are the basic criteria according to which the HRs select a candidate after interviewing that particular candidate. Let me show you something, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a look at this sheet, ladies and gentlemen. This is interview assessment sheet. Now, what is this interview assessment sheet? Whenever an HR takes an interview, after that he prepares an interview assessment sheet, and whatever qualities he has analyzed in a particular candidate, he rates that particular candidate according to that. Now at the top you can see below interview assessment where I have written candidates abilities and rating. Now what abilities a candidate is having and what score the HR will give to the candidate according to these different abilities. Now, first thing is personal details. Now, in personal details, whether the candidate has given his personal details appropriately or not, according to that, the HR rates the candidate. Second point is health. Health is very crucial, ladies and gentlemen, because if the candidate is not healthy, he will not be able to perform well according to the needs and requirements of the organization. That's why hiring a healthy candidate is a necessity. Now, third point is manner and appearance. Manner and appearance. What are your dressing sense? How properly you are dressed. Now, dress code is the most crucial aspect for getting hired in any organization. If you are not looking good, if you are not looking professional, definitely the HR is going to reject you. The first impression that is created on the HR is your dressing sense. Technical abilities always come after that. First impression is always your appearance, your dressing sense, how you look, how professional you are looking. And manner, how professionally you are behaving. Your behavior should be professional. Along with that, your appearance, your dressing sense should be professional. Now, next is education. By education, I mean to say that when the HR is examining your resume, he clearly tries to analyze that whether your educational qualifications are exactly according to the profile for which you are getting hired or not. Is there any coordination between the kind of educational qualifications you are having and the kind of profile for which the company is hiring? They must be in coordination. Next point is experience. What are your experiences? What are your previous experiences? Are your experiences in coordination with the profile for which the company is hiring? Are you having the same kind of experience in your previous organizations for which the company is hiring right now? That is very important. They analyze you on the basis of your experience. Next point is intelligence. Now, when the candidate is sitting in front of the HR and answering different questions, definitely the HR will try to assess that how intelligent this person is, whether he is able to answer the questions appropriately or not, and that is known as intelligence of the person. The HR will definitely ask certain questions related to the profile for which he is hiring, and if you are able to answer those questions flawlessly, definitely you are an intelligent person. Now, administrative skills. What are administrative skills? Now, what is the role of an administrator in any organization, ladies and gentlemen? Administrator is a policy making person. Administrator is a policy making person, and when those policies are made, different employees of the organization are supposed to work on that policy. They are supposed to work according to that policy, and that is how an organization moves. Administrators frame policies and employees work on those policies. So what are your administrative skills? Do you have any administrative skills? Do you know how to be innovative and creative? This is known as administrative skills. Then we have social ability. Do you gel properly with people or not? Are you having good social abilities or not? If while participating in any interview, you are behaving politely with the HR, you are involving in a good conversation with the HR, you are behaving like a true professional in front of him, definitely you are having good social abilities and you are a right person to be hired. You gel well with people. Ladies and gentlemen, in any organization, only your technical skills are not important. It is also important that you should gel well with people. You should gel with people properly. You should have a good friendly relationship with everyone inside the organization. Only then the company can grow. That's why social abilities are important. Emotional stability, ladies and gentlemen, the most crucial thing, emotional stability. Are you emotionally stable or not? Now here I will give you some example of emotional stability. It means that your faith in your organization should be so firm that nobody can deviate you from the path which you are following. Nobody can entice you to leave the organization due to any reason. You know how your organization actually works and what is good happening in the organization and what is bad happening in the organization. You are yourself knowledgeable about different things happening in your organization, and no outsider can deviate you from your path. That is known as emotional stability. Emotional stability. Next point is initiative, which is again a very crucial aspect, ladies and gentlemen. Companies love only those candidates who show some initiative. Now we all know that whenever we join an organization, there is an absolute work pattern according to which you are get trained and then you get aligned on any project that is important. Before having initial knowledge, you cannot perform well, and that's why whenever you get hired, you get a certain kind of training according to the task that you will do inside any organization. But still, initiative part is very important. You must be willing to work in a particular domain. In order to grow in a particular organization, no outsider, no senior manager will come to you and say to you directly that, okay, come be the part of this project. Come be the part of this initiative. We are launching something new. Come participate in that event. No senior will ever say anything to you like this. You will have to show the initiative. You will have to show the initiative. You will have to directly go to your managers and say that, sir, I want to be the part of this project. What new is happening in my organization? I want to know all those things. I want to upgrade myself professionally in all the fields in which my organization is working. That is known as initiative. What is your initiative taking abilities? That is very crucial. Last point is career goals. Now, why career goals are important, ladies and gentlemen, HRs actually try to find out that what are your real inclinations in life. What you exactly want to be in life. That's what HRs try to analyze. Because if your dreams, your aspirations are in accordance with the kind of profile for which the company is hiring, it means you will stay in the organization for a longer period of time. Now see this, ladies and gentlemen, HRs judge you according to this capability. What are your career goals? Suppose the HR is hiring you for the position of a database manager and your career goals are to become a software programmer, a C++ programmer. Definitely, if you answer the questions appropriately, you will get hired for that profile. But HR will definitely come to know that it is not your long-term aim. Your long-term aim is different. So career goal is something that is your long-term aim. That's why HRs ask you questions that what is your career objective? What is your career goal? And sometimes they also ask in this manner that where do you see yourself 5 or 6 years from now? It clearly means that the HR wants to know that where do you see yourself in future? What are your real aspirations? What is the profession of your liking? That's what the HR wants to judge. And at the end, remarks. In remarks, the HR clearly writes that whether this person should be hired or not. Whether this person should be hired or not. I will again show it to you, ladies and gentlemen, starting from the first one: personal detail, health, manner, appearance, education, experience, intelligence, administrative skills. Then we have social ability, emotional stability, initiative, career goals, and remarks. Remark is the final score which the HR gives you. Candidate abilities, and here is the column of rating. So these are the skills, these are the patterns on the basis of which the HRs hire you. Personal details, health, manner, appearance, education, experience, intelligence, administrative skills, social ability, emotional stability, initiative, career goals, and remarks, which is the final scoring which the HR gives you. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the criteria on the basis of which HRs hire you. They try to judge you from all angles, from all perspectives, and then they finally give their decision that whether you should be hired or not, whether you are a deserving candidate for that particular job or not. That's why before appearing for any kind of interview, please keep few crucial things in your mind. Definitely you know the profile for which you are hiring, for which you will be hired, sorry. You are fully aware of the profile for which you will be hired by the HR, and you prepare according to that. Along with that, you should also try to understand that what are the real likings of the organization that is hiring you. What the organization actually wants you to do, and that is very well explained by the organization in the job description. In the job description, whether you are appearing in a campus placement drive or you are giving any off-campus interview by searching job sites, different job sites are there. What they expect from you, it is already mentioned in the job description. So before going to any kind of interview, always read that job description thoroughly. Always read that job description thoroughly and try to understand that whether you are the appropriate candidate for that profile or not. The things that they have mentioned, whether you are having those qualities or not. Try to develop those qualities. Try to develop those qualities in your personality in terms of personal appearance and also in terms of technical knowledge. Because HRs judge you from both these perspectives. They judge you from your technical ability, they judge you according to your personality, your English speaking skills, how you deal with people. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a very common scenario in every job environment, and this is the fact of human life also. When you join the organization as a fresher, during initial days, during initial few years, your success depends on your technical abilities, and when you grow further ahead, everything reverses. Your credibility starts depending on your people skills and less on your technical skills. During your initial days, during your initial years in any organization, your technical abilities decide your credibility, and when you take a few years of experience in that particular organization, your people skills define your credibility. So you must try to be good in both these things, technical abilities plus people skills. You must know how to perform your task appropriately. Along with that, you should also know how to deal with people appropriately. Because inside any organization, most of the time, we are doing what? We are doing public dealing. We are doing public dealing, ladies and gentlemen. If suppose you are a technical on-site engineer working somewhere, people skills are still involved. You go over there, you ask the manager, okay manager, what is the problem that your device is facing? And then you rectify the problem. After rectifying the problem, you give some kind of assurance also to that candidate, to that person, that sir, this is what I have done to rectify your machinery, and these are few steps that you need to take that will ensure that your machinery works properly in future without any disturbance. Now, what is this thing? When you are explaining this thing to the person whose machine you have rectified, what is this? These are people skills. These are people skills. Doing the task appropriately and then convincing the other person that you did the task appropriately. Hear this, ladies and gentlemen. Doing the task appropriately and then convincing the other person that you did the task appropriately, that is what we call people skills. Technical skills plus people skills. So before appearing for an interview, both these skills should be there in your personality. So try to upgrade yourself according to both these criteria. Try to develop your technical skills. Along with that, try to develop your people skills also. Try to develop your English speaking skills also. That is very important. These are the few parameters according to which HRs hire you, and these are the only parameters on which the HRs focus. So that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you loved my today's video. Please subscribe my channel, ER Piyush Pandey Trainer BTech MBA, that stands for Engineer Piyush Pandey Trainer BTech MBA, and please press the bell icon for constant updates. Thank you very much. Have a great day.